We will be in St. Louis, Missouri, 2018 and 2020, Baltimore, Maryland, and we will meet in the next 2 years after Baltimore in Columbus, Ohio. Each of these areas, we see the heavy problem of African American male deaths and killings at the hands of men who are called to protect and serve. And so the challenge becomes for our denomination to cash in on a commitment made 26 years ago, still remains unfulfilled. I saw this through with tears in my eyes. The floor of the General Assembly. Jean Freedom Blackwell died less than 2 months after the General Assembly. He was in fact dying while coming to the General Assembly to advocate for this overture. I am convinced that as we go into the next 3 General Assemblies, my term will only last through that period if you don't vote me back in. Baltimore, St. Louis, and Columbus. I do not believe that the church can go into another General Assembly as we did in Portland and all of the other preceding General Assemblies and do the same thing that Congress does when it comes to tax. Give money to hotel and entertainment and all of the other avenues of convention, spending expensive bills across the city and sightseeing, and then leave the community no better than it was when we first came. I am convinced, as it has been, if we continue to do it, we are committing a major sin in relationship to Almighty God. The applicant